Bop! Howdy hey, this is Frakbox, and I'm here just playing Pokemon Crystal in Italian, a language I do not speak. So in the last episode, I started up there, in that quadrant, but I kind of came down here, went to the Pokemon Center, and came back, and it's obviously closed off, because game designers don't want you to go back up there, so... oops. So my Pokemon are fully healed, and we're just going to go on our way to the radio tower, which, yeah, so at the radio tower, we should be able to fight the super epic boss. And I think I need to place Jolteon in first, because Jolteon has the amulet coin, which gives us extra money in battle when when the Pokemon appears in battle. So let's see, was there anything I wanted to talk about in this episode? I think there was something I wanted to... Oh, we went too far. Let's see, what did I want to talk about in this episode? Oh, right, so if you don't know right now, because of the current 2020 issues, this is being recorded in late 2020. Like, mid to late 2020, I should say. There's some manufacturing issues going on, where basically, because of the area of Wuhan, China that was hit, a lot of the manufacturing is having trouble. So companies like Apple and others are just having a lot of trouble keeping up with demand. So if you go to, if you want to buy any sort of electronics, like a fridge or a freezer, or like a computer, especially laptops or monitors, air conditioners, you're going to have a really hard time actually finding any because of the manufacturing issues. Companies were able to keep them in stock for the longest time because there was, there's obviously ones rolling off the assembly line, so we had a couple of months of product waiting to go, being shipped, from overseas. But now we're finally getting to the point where there's like nothing. Like, you're probably not going to find anything. I know that whenever I've gone to like a Best Buy, they've had like nothing. They've had no printers at my local store. Oh, they don't have any Xboxes. They don't have any PlayStations. They don't have any Switches because of the global manufacturing issues. So if you're looking to buy a laptop, now's kind of the worst time. Which is also, I think I mentioned a couple episodes back, I've been meaning to... Oh, isn't that nice? Oh, isn't that nice? Please live. Nope. Okay, you died. Okay. This Jolteon sucks! Okay. I'm trying to level you up, Jolteon. Can't you just live? Okay, I guess we'll go back to the Pokemon Center. So... what was I saying? Alright, so global manufacturing. So... The new consoles are releasing soon. Okay. Let me tell another story. So I mentioned again a couple episodes back that I'm planning on buying a new computer because of the new video cards that are coming out, the Ampere something or other from Nvidia. I'm not really sure when I'll be able to do that because it says that these video cards come out this month, but I don't know that I see that happening. I mean, it just because it's releasing doesn't mean they're going to be in stores. So maybe you might be able to make an order for one, but it might be a while before ones actually show up because there's no way they can meet global demand given manufacturing issues. And I'm sure they've already started making some, but there's just no way they can make enough for how many people are going to like get into PC gaming, right? Because I mean, for me, I was planning on buying the Xbox One until I realized that it was probably more advantageous for me to just make a computer or build a computer or get a pre-built, because that works best for me. But I'm sure I'm not the only one who's going to like switch over to PC gaming from console gaming, right? So let's fight this person. So that also leads into the other thing I wanted to talk about, which is the new consoles, the new Xbox and the new PlayStation are coming out here late 2020. I have a feeling, and I'm gonna say this, and time will prove whether or not I got this correct, but I have a feeling that they're gonna push back the release of the consoles till after Christmas. I have a feeling they are not gonna have enough stock in order to satisfy demand for Christmas. There's just no way. I don't see that happening. The fact that you can't even find... because you look at the release of like say the Xbox One, like okay, so when the Xbox 360 was still a thing, they came out with the new version of the Xbox 360, which I think was the E console, the Xbox 360 E model, which was an Xbox 360 that was updated, like a hardware revision, basically, to use less power, had less USB ports. It looked more similar to the Xbox One because they wanted to kind of have that like aesthetic language. Where's my other hand? Oh, okay, sorry. I was looking at myself in the image and it wasn't matching up because it was a mirror image. What was I saying? So they even came out with, when the Xbox One was released back in 2013, they announced right before that they were going to start selling a new version of the Xbox 360, the E console. And so you could still find S consoles, which is the Slims. You could find Xbox 360 Slims in stores, but then you could also find fairly soon after the E console. And so at the same time they were producing the E console, they were gearing up for the Xbox One. And they still sold Xbox 360s just fine. In stores, you could still find them. They didn't have any indication that they were like slowing down production of one to produce the other, because they were planning on supporting both systems at the same time. And they're still supporting both systems at the same time. You can't really... It's harder to find an Xbox 360 now, but it's 2020, right? Instead of 2013. So that was back in 2013. The Xbox 360 is still supported, but it's getting kind of old. So that's not really what's happening right now here in 2020. You can hardly find an Xbox 360. So if Microsoft didn't slow down production of the Xbox, or what am I saying? You can hardly find an Xbox One on the shelves, even though they're coming out with a new console. They don't have any... I'm sure they didn't plan on not supporting the Xbox One into supporting as far as finding one for purchase. So the fact that you can't even get an Xbox One right now, I don't see them being able to I don't see them being able to support holiday releases with the lack. I mean, they might have like as little as 10% of what they're supposed to have as far as inventory, right? It might be that they don't have it. I mean, this is the same for PlayStation 2. I'm sure, Microsoft is one of the largest companies on the planet. Sony is one of the largest corporations on the planet. They're relatively equal to each other as far as their manufacturing is concerned. Microsoft might actually have... Well, I mean, that's actually debatable. Sony is a little more expert in manufacturing hardware than Microsoft would be, I guess. But, well, that's debatable. It depends. But I'm putting it out there right now that for those reasons, because I know what I know, I've worked in video game tech support. I've worked in retail before. I have kind of a tech support mind. I don't think there's going to be enough to meet demand, and I think there's going to be so little that they might just skip this season altogether. You saw them having to delay Halo, right? The Halo Infinite was delayed, and because of COVID, obviously, and other things. But you don't have the manpower right now to be able to handle any of it. I'm going back to the Pokemon Center, by the way. You don't have the manpower to do any of it. And manufacturing took a hit. It's been having trouble for months. When you can't have anybody in a factory because it results in people dying, who's making the consoles right now? I mean, people in other countries that care more about public health are finally getting back to work now. But all throughout that time, they needed to have everything running at full capacity so that they could support the new release, both Sony and Microsoft. And I mean, Switch is having a hard time putting out their Switches. You know, and it's a less expensive console, you know. Smartphone manufacturers are having a hard time. Apple's having probably one of the worst times, to be honest. I don't see this being a very good holiday season for the folks at Microsoft, the folks at Sony, or Nintendo for that matter. But Nintendo's not coming out with a new console, so that's my two cents. I'd be interested to hear what you guys think, but I've been kind of mulling on that for a while, and so that's my prediction, is that they're going to anticipate that it's so bad that they just wait until after the holiday, or it's so disastrous that there's just not enough for demand, and so the majority of their sales that they were intending on doing are going to happen after the holidays. One of those two things is going to happen. Are going to happen, is going to happen, is going to happen. Oh, I'm paralyzed. How about that? Let's use... Nope, I'm paralyzed. Okay. Yeah, I really need to level up this Jolteon. I'm really hoping I find like would a Thunder TM be good for it? I don't know. I do not know. This Jolteon is not as powerful as I wanted it to be. That is for sure. So yeah, that is my soapbox for today, I suppose. Wow, how are you defeating me so badly with Poison Sting? It's like the weakest move ever. It's only like, what, base 15 power? Something ridiculous like that. Does Paralyzation only affects your speed, right? It doesn't affect anything else? I'm pretty sure, because I know that Burning affects... let's see, Vileplume? Let's go Slowbro then. I know that Burn, that status effect, affects attack? I think it affects attack. It doesn't affect defense. It's one of those two. It's either attack or defense. I don't remember. We're starting to get in some fairly powerful Pokemon here. Into the 30s. Yeah, again, I always say this, but I'm so much used to, like, the rockets in this building never cause me trouble, and they're causing me way more trouble than they usually do. So, good thing I have this Slowbro, though. Goodness, look at that defense stat. My goodness. We're going to have a good time in the Elite Four with this Slowbro, that is for sure. Let's not change. Murkrow. Oh, you're a Dark-type Pokemon. Inhibitore, Pala Ombra. Let's go Surf. Nightshade. Okay. Is that super effective? No. Oh, no. That does a regular amount of damage each time. So, don't have to worry about that. Okay. Are we going to have to... Oh, wow. That killed it in one hit? Goodness. We are powerful. Okay. Alright. So, I think... we should be just about... Wow, that's a lot of money. Okay. Oh, hello. I was not expecting you to turn around. That is kind of the funny thing about these Pokemon games, is that the awareness of some NPCs, that you can be standing behind them and they don't move, or standing next to them and looking right at them and they don't move. Generale... Oh, you're an actual important person. Oh, okay. I wasn't expecting you to be the dude, but I guess you're the dude. But I want to be the dude, so we're gonna go ahead and switch to Crobat. Yeah. Let's see, it's a Houndour. What level does Houndour evolve? Fiendtha? Is it like Feint Attack? Yeah, okay. Fiendtha. Okay. You know what? Let's just use Fly. Why not? I'm sure it's probably going to hit me with some... I have no idea what that move is. Doesn't this thing know Roar? I think it knows Roar. I've never used Houndour or Houndoom in a Pokemon game before, so I'm just not super familiar there. So update on the Pokemon, the Spanish language carts that I ordered. Again, only 2 of them have come in because of global issues. Because of the mail being slowed down. One of the Pokemon Yellow is still on its way. Ruby and Leaf Green. These are all in Spanish, by the way. Ruby and Leaf Green have already arrived. The person who was selling the Spanish version of Crystal that I was interested in decided to just cancel the order and refund the money. So that's unfortunate. That's the one I really, really wanted, was the Spanish Crystal. But I guess it just wasn't meant to be. Like whistling? I don't know. Is that... Anyway, sorry about that. I got lost in thought. But I have to start getting used to, like, saying the first thing that comes out, that comes to my mind, because I'm just not that type of person. So I had to like load myself up with caffeine. That's what this is. If you saw the last episode, it's like a 5-hour energy type object, but it doesn't have any sugar. That's what I've been using lately. So I can like use it since I'm on the keto diet, so I can't really have carbs or sugar. Or I can, I have to really limit them, and I have to choose what things I get it from. So like I like tomatoes, so I'll have tomatoes, you know. But I have to have a lot of fat. So having like a 5-hour energy type object drink that I can use, I just pour it in with some like seltzer waters or something. It's really useful. Yeah, just so it doesn't give me, you know, it doesn't knock me out of ketosis, since it doesn't have sugar. So, but I have to really like watch what are in things, because being on keto, champiara naratasca. Okay, so you put it in the bag. What did you give me? I'll have to look. I'll have to do like a translation off screen of what that is, because is it like this? I don't know what it is that he gave me. I think it's like important. Maybe it's like the I think it's the object that summons either Lugia or Ho-Oh. I think that's what he just gave me, but I'll have to check. I'll know once I do the translation. But anywho's, I think that's about all for today. Okay, bye, dude. He's just giving me things and running away. So again, this is Joshua, also known as Frakbox. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.